primary Jo Battey, and I'm a massage therapist, and I've currently been practicing massage for the past 30 years. And I graduated from the Rocky Mountain Healing Arts Institute in Boulder, Colorado. Holistic health, you may be wondering, what is it? What it is a form of alternative therapy. It's like using alternative modalities to affect healing or reduce stress. Other modalities like massage, meditation, yoga, tai chi, hot-cold therapy, for example. And I have a few products here that I would like to tell you about that I have used over the last 30 years and have definitely been improved upon. Some people use rice packs. Some people use flax packs. They may put herbs in them like lavender and chamomile for relaxation, eucalyptus for reducing pain. There's certain herbs that they might put in there for dream pillows, for instance. So it's an exciting new exploration of alternative therapies to work with these wonderful little rice or flaxseed bags. Wheat berries sometimes are used as well. The ones that are probably the most soothing is the flaxseed. So the importance of aromatherapy in healing is that there's two ways that the oils will enhance the healing process. One is when they're applied to the skin, and our skin absorbs so much that you apply an oil like lavender to the skin, like to the area where a headache is, and it's going to penetrate deep in immediately and have really quick results. The other thing that happens is, aromatherapy is the aroma, smell. It's an amazing, it's just amazing to take a bottle of lavender and just waft it under your nose, and just the feeling that occurs from that as the scent moves up the olfactory canal into the amygdala in the brain. And the amygdala is a very important brain organ that helps to release trauma. It has many purposes, but the beautiful thing about using aromatherapy oil is that it's one of the few things that you use therapeutically that can absolutely release, trauma and emotional trauma, especially because it goes immediately through the olfactory for the smell, goes immediately to the amygdala and triggering a response. And depending upon what that oil is used for, what is its purpose, you get almost an instantaneous connection to relaxation or release of emotional trauma, reduction of pain, stress, all of that. So the use of aromatherapy herbs in these flax bags is absolutely crucial and beneficial for the effectiveness of the product. And of course, again, like I say, with the flaxseed, which is very, if you have a rice bag here in this hand, you have a flax seed bag in this hand, or even a wheat berry in this hand, doesn't matter, and you feel them, it's a different quality. There's such a smoothness about the flaxseed that is just, I don't know, it's just very nourishing, very nurturing. There's been a lot of people out there who have suffered from fibromyalgia. It's a pain syndrome that is still, we're uncertain of what really does cause it. Some of us think that it might be due to very tight fascia, fascial constrictions. And the powerful thing about heat is that if you apply heat to an area that has a fibromyalgia condition to it or pain syndrome going on, what it does is heat is very, very soothing. And by the same token, if I'm applying my hands to do work with myofascial release, let's say, my hands heat up as I connect to another person's tissue. And the energy that is transmitted between my hands and the person on the table, there is a strong heat that occurs. And a biochemical change happens within that heat. Okay, it's like chemistry thing. Those atoms are just moving really fast and creating more heat. And then what happens is it kind of causes the fascia to liquefy or soften. okay? And in that softening, it's like being able to stretch it. We get more length out of that fascia. And fascia is a connective tissue that we have throughout our body. It surrounds everything from around our organs, our muscle tissue, our bones, down to our cells. It's like wearing a Spider-Man suit. It's just like, imagine it connecting from top to bottom. And when we open that fascia that's been injured or it's tight, you know, or is undergoing a pain syndrome like fibromyalgia, we open that up with the heat of our hands. It softens it and makes it more gel-like. And then it restores it to its liquefied state. And that's kind of what my intent is when I work with fibromyalgia, is how can I get that back to its liquefied state. If I use these bags, these heat bags, heat them up and lay them on the area where the fibromyalgia is, you know, it tends to bounce around in the body. One day it might be the arm, the next day the hip, another day the knee. Just whatever is up that day, just throw that heat pack on there while you're preparing the body through massage or through however you are working with your fibromyalgia, breathing techniques, meditation, whatever, but just the area that is really undergoing some trauma at the time, and put that heat on there, and then wait with that heat. And then after you remove the bag, just laying your hands there to just add that energy, that extra energy of help, and then just gentle movement with your hands in whatever direction feels right, or wherever you feel the elasticity is and where it wants to move, and just soothing yourself, loving that area. You know, it's just trying to reduce the stress through deep breathing and hand contact and that heat. It's very powerful. It brings the blood flow right into the area, and that blood flow is what's going to help it to soften and to heal. I mean, if you notice, you go out in cold weather, you know, you do want to tense up. It's like, oh my God, I'm just really cold. I just can't, you know, your body just frigid, just rigid, you know. But if you go into a warm place, everything can kind of relax, and you notice how everybody gets really sleepy if it's too hot. You know, it's really important to treat our muscles and our trigger points and all of that in the same way. Just approach it the same way. If you're inflamed, if you're injured, you know, add some cold, and that'll help. But if you're really in pain, and it's a chronic pain, because, you know, after you've worked with, you know, a chronic condition, I mean, once something goes from acute to a chronic, you might start with cold with acute, and then you go hot and cold as it's going through its transitional healing, and then let's say you move into a place of chronic. It just, unfortunately, sometimes people end up with a chronic syndrome, and that's when you want to have that heat. Just that heat is so relaxing, and it deepens, you know, the vaso response. Again, when it dilates the blood vessels, that blood can flow easily through. If your fascia, if you can create a way to loosen up that trigger point or that fascial, that fibromyalgic point of tension, to loosen it up and soften it, it gets more space for the blood vessels to flow in with the blood and heal and soothe the area. So that's kind of a simplistic way of talking about it, but I feel that in any case, these products that I've used have immeasurably helped enhance my effects of massage when I work with my clients. And it's one of those alternative holistic modalities that is very beneficial to aid in the healing response, or to increase the comfort level of someone who is in chronic pain. And I would highly recommend you just give it a try and try it out for yourself, because it's the only way you're really going to know if something is truly working for you. Anyway, I enjoy as much as I've enjoyed them, and I hope you enjoy them as much as I have enjoyed working with these products. And you just find yourself a place, a really comfortable, cozy place where you can just kind of light a candle and get the ambiance going, some nice soft music, and just have a date with yourself using these wonderful hot cold packs.